Hello, welcome to Centurion's Corner and happy Sunday afternoon. Welcome, everybody. Yeah, sorry, I put the wrong time down. I clicked on it. I thought it was 8 o'clock, but obviously I've clicked on 9. Hello there. Hello, traveller. Welcome from Sydney. Clips Films, more, Bobber's Bounty. You all right, guys? Or girls, even. So, hopefully we all watched the new Mandalorian, and there's going to be spoilers, obviously, we're talking about in here and everything like that. So just chat away. What was your favourite bits? And I'll pick up and we can talk about it. So I enjoyed the episode. I thought it was okay. It was a bit of a filler episode, not much really sort of to push onto the story, just to push on to him to go to somewhere else. The frog species, I thought it was all right. You know, it's very sort of live action kind of, rather than having CGI. But it kind of, I used to have an eyelash gecko, which it reminded me of that. So it was kind of cool. When it started running like a frog, it was a bit weird. The necessary part of the actual episode, I think it was just kind of filler, just to put in. But I enjoyed the X-Wing part. I enjoyed the chase. I enjoyed it when they actually landed in the snow. And the spider parts I thought was brilliant. And I enjoyed all that. And I love all the shooting and the dots and the massive spider and the big chase. All that in the sort of it's like what, 25, 30-minute episode is pretty cool. But for everyone that thinks Yoda or baby Yoda is the cutest thing going, now is either there's a different thing for him, but I think he was a bit of a dick. I think Yoda was a little bit of an annoying little twat in this one. Bear in mind that there was a whole thing about I don't know. You know, it was just like the whole thing that these eggs were special. There was a last of their kind. And I get it at first, like it was a bit of a joke for him to eat one, but how many he kept eating for the whole thing, I thought it's actually getting beyond the joke now. The first bit when Yoda kind of connected with the tube, I thought it kind of sort of reminded him. I thought we might even get a flashback of him as a clone in the tube or something like that. That's what I thought at first when he was touching it. But I kind of thought, I bet he's going to eat them. And then obviously he did. And it was just literally just eating them like Pringles. But I just didn't think. I thought also he could be noticing, because he noticed the gun that was on a little tube thing. So I kind of thought that he was doing things to protect. It might even go over to the next episode and he's doing it on purpose to protect these eggs. You know, he might maybe laying them in his belly, like eating them whole, and he's going to regurgitate them later on. Or I think it might be something to redeem him. But if they actually physically thought this was funny, and I don't think Dave, I think he would look at it and go, no, he's really annoying in this one. I'm hoping that there's a little bit of turnaround for him. But in all the visionary and everything of the episode, I really enjoyed. It was just Yoda at the end. I thought he was a little bit of a dick. But just go back through your things on there. Yeah, that the bit of the trailer, where he's on the boat and everything as well. I'm hoping that this passenger's not going to be with him all the way. I kind of hope in the next episode he's dropped her off and that's done, and now he's carrying on looking for the Mandalorian, That's what I'm hoping. I'm really not interested in any more of this, the passenger. And it just seems a bit weird as well. Each episode is like it's the marshal, the passenger. So is this going to be another person that he finds along the way for episode 3? No, I don't think Boba Fett has a child in this one, but you never know. He's the guy's in his 50s, and we don't exactly know too much what's going on in his life. Yeah, same as Traveller. I didn't like enjoy the Yoda eating. Hello, mate. Yeah. Well, actually, I've not actually got any Pepsis. I've actually just got some blackcurrant juice. But I just thought I bought the as I started wanting to get a little bit more into pictures and stuff. I actually bought a crate of Pepsis for the Star Wars figures, and I'll probably get a few more little props just to do a few more sort of funny Instagram posts. Hey, 1980s. Nice, you got the carbonised Boba Fett. Yeah, I completely forgot about the first. I haven't had a chance to watch this episode again. I really enjoyed the bit at the beginning where he's going along and he goes against those sort of crooks and all that, and obviously just sends that little guy up in the air on his jetpack. I did actually think that was quite funny. Yeah, well, she might have contacts in her eyes. I mean, she's going to be heavily makeup anyway, so I would imagine that they probably put contacts and stuff in their eyes and stuff like that. It would be a bit weird. But then Harry Potter was given; he was supposed to be green-eyed, wasn't he? But he couldn't wear contacts. That Daniel Radcliffe, so that's keep his normal eyes. Yeah. Although I do think Baby Yoda deserved to fall over, and he did actually deserve that punch at the end of the last season into his face after this episode. That was for sure. Um, yeah, I'm quite hyped for Ahsoka because these are 30 minutes episodes, and they just kind of have glimpses of people. I wonder if she's going to do a Cara Dune, appear in one episode and then maybe appear in the last. I'm hoping that we do get a little bit more, or maybe this might be like a Netflix Daredevil thing that one character appears in this and then it actually makes them appear to have their own kind of series. I think hopefully they might go down that route because obviously that quite works for Daredevil, and well, Iron Fist was a bit crap, but with the others as well. Do I think Boba Fett is going to chase him down? I, I don't know. I mean, that bit at the end, it didn't kind of look like he was chasing him down. I mean, if he really wanted his armor back, I would have thought, to be honest, he would just go and get it off the marshal guy rather than sort of looking from a distant, looking a little bit mopey and lost in the sands, you know. But yeah, the thing that I'm finding though from the Mandalorian, it's kind of like he's just been zapped in the Star Wars universe and he doesn't actually physically know what's been going on, like the Death Star explosion. I mean, everyone's talking about like Luke Skywalker. Everyone talks about Jedi as if it's thousands of years ago, but Jedi was only wiped out 20 years ago. And I still remember 20 years ago when I used to work in game. You know, it's just like I don't suddenly forget that there was a whole massive legion and these people in the most capital city in the galaxy had a central temple. You know, they weren't hidden or anything. Everyone knew about Jedi, but they just seemed to walk around and just be like, "Oh yeah, those sorcerers." Like, oh, I never heard of them before. So you know, he's never heard of Boba Fett, who's supposed to be the most notorious bounty hunter going. And he's a bounty hunter Mandalorian, but never thought like, oh, I've been called Boba Fett before now, but I don't know who that is. Yeah, it was Harry Potter vibes from that and spiders and all that. But yeah, as I was talking the other day, more like with the spiders, and it was the Ralph McLaurin. I can never remember his name, but you know, he's done the sketches, and obviously it's a nod because it was supposed to appear on. I think it's Dagobah. Dagobah might even been Endor. So I remember there was a giant spider in that on a concept art as well. But yeah, it was quite nice to actually see them and move, you know, and they did look really kind of robust, you know, and massive. I did kind of think though how he was going to repair his ship after it smashed down. It looked like it was obliterated in bits, and yet it could still kind of take off. Yeah, and I like it where Dave actually really takes a lot of uh, Macquarie kind of concept as well. You know, because obviously he bought Zeb here, which is pretty cool as well. I didn't know he said he's lost his eyebrow. Yeah, it didn't make sense, but it's a bit like all those sort of alien things, and that's I think they got a big alien vibe from it. You know, he just walked up at one, and it kind of sort of like made them all kind of. They probably sat there in sort of like stillness. Someone enters the layer, then they all kind of sort of want a bit of it. But obviously, I don't know where all the bigger spiders and all that were hiding from. So yeah, yeah. Was that alien kind of cockroach thing? Was it in? I've seen them before. Was it in the cantina scenes before in Moss Eisley, or was it in the sequels when he goes to Moss Takadana, whatever it was, Takadana? Yeah, I don't know. I think to me, like at heart, like Tatooine is Star Wars. I even remember playing Star Wars Galaxies, and that's literally I always stayed on that planet. And I kind of like it that it is the Tatooine thing. Like they're not going to Jakku for like it. It's quite central, isn't it? It's quite a central thing because it's run not by Imperials, it's run by the Huts or was. Um, it's one, as they say as well, the most scum and villainy sort of hang out because it's kind of away mainly from Imperial entanglement. So I think it's kind of like a central hub for kind of smugglers and bounty hunters to kind of sort of like go to. It is course and it gets everywhere. Yeah, the Western theme is I think it was slightly missed from this one, what they've done in the first series, but first episode. But I think this one's pretty good. I suppose once you go into space, that's kind of it really. But and Dave got his cameo X-wing pilot again. There's a few sort of like touchbacks to the is it the prisoner episode before. So that was quite a cool like sort of nod to previous thing. Yeah, same. I do enjoy the Tatooine vibe. But it's quite nice to think because I think in the trailers, weren't there, where we had this snow planet, everyone was thinking, is it Ilum, which was going to be Starkiller base? So Maybe that's the planet they was on. They didn't really say. Yeah, and that's it. Yeah, that's what I was saying. But I'm sure this is the planet that was in the trailer when they was going through the ice and stuff like that. So maybe this was the only thing that we got to see. But you never know. It could actually be it. You know, they might have to return. You don't know. Yeah, I'm hoping he'll meet Sabine. Well, I reckon he'll meet Sabine, and then she would take him to Ahsoka. Because they were always talking about another Mandalorian, aren't they? So they never say if it's a male or female. So the other Mandalorian that they might know of could be Sabine. Yeah, Mr. Potato Head. Yeah, I'm not too sure. I mean, literally, everything's going really quickly at the moment. I'll do something. It depends when I hit 2,000. If it's around Christmas time and stuff like that, maybe. But I'm hoping I'm going to put a shelf here, and I'm going to do a top five Black Series collection. So if I ever review one on the red, and I do think it's worthy, it will replace one over here, and it will go up there. So I'll always have my top five underneath there, and stuff like that. So, but hopefully I'll do a collection of the clones and all that. So yeah, but I can't thank people enough. Like the subscriptions and everything as well is going up really quickly. I'm now monetized as well, which is fantastic. So everything, I mean, whatever it makes, you know, I'm not going to make big monies at the moment, but whatever I do, it would go towards a figure or even more equipment. So yeah, I just can't wait for it. Yeah, and I think a top five shelf as well. Yeah, can't wait for it, to be honest, because I don't want to be sort of like skeptical and go, oh, this one's great, you know, but I want one with like the best posability, the best kind of sculpt, the best this and the best that. So it's not like just the top five, but it's like the top five of each kind of thing. So it gives every figure a chance. So yeah. Yeah, I bought I'm actually in the process of doing the review for him. It's the 40th anniversary Darth Vader. And I've got some a New Hope and my custom A New Hope, which was a custom of this kind of guy here, and I wanted to do a comparison and everything as well. So yeah, I will make a Arc Trooper. To be honest, I'm kind of holding out if they're going to make like an official one, just for the fact I knew I won't do it. I won't do it justice. If the official one comes out, then yeah, you know, we just get it that way. But I just kind of once the free pack was coming out, I kind of knew that we would probably get one in the Black Series down the line. To be honest, yeah, I need to look into a PO box and everything like that. But you know, it'd be amazing for people to send me figures. I seen a unusual Mike, and he's like, "Oh, I've got this today." And I'm like, "Wow, that's pretty cool." Um, a PO box I need to look into. I don't really know how it works in the UK, to be honest. But uh, you know, if you're trustworthy and stuff, and you want to talk to me on Instagram and stuff like that, you know, that's fine. Oh, it'd be amazing, mate. Never say no. I'm still waiting. I mean, I pre-ordered the Clone War figures from Star Action Figures, and I'm still waiting. Like, I was hoping they would come out last month, so I didn't really buy many figures because I thought that's going to be 100 quid coming out of the account soon. So I thought I better hold off and just not get any new figures. That's why I didn't review much last month because I was hoping that they would come in. And yeah, they still haven't dropped yet, which is a bit of a pain. I think they're still waiting for the loyalists, I think. Yeah, something to do with the fin, isn't it? But it's an easy fix. We can just cut it off. I've actually got a few episodes in the making at the moment, actually. So I've got Vader. His review should come out sort of probably in a couple of days. I've actually bought some new 3D prints of clone-based customs. And actually, I'm going to do just a little special episode on him as well, because just to show off what they look like before I paint them and what else I can get. Because I've got a Gonk droid, I've got a mouse droid, I've got is it E9, the evil BB-8? I've got a 3D print of him, so I'm going to do that for the droids. So we've just got another kind of 3D printed phase 1 Cody, but it's actually going to be something else. It's actually got the heavy markings on there. Because when I play Battlefront 2 on the Xbox, which I'm trying to my YouTube, so if anyone wants to play with me, I've got the Xbox One edition. I'm willing to party up, but that's my guy. I play as the heavy phase 1 Senate Guard. And then I have got a 3D printed Greedo head as well, which I will be making a custom Jedi at one point. I think the new Wars boxes will line up. If you look at the Vader box, there's a lightsaber coming through. We don't actually see him holding it, so maybe it's a new Obi-Wan. It'd be nice if it's a new Obi-Wan, but the box that he would be in is Empire Strikes Back. So unless it's another Spirit Obi-Wan, but Obi-Wan wasn't obviously in thingy, so it could be something else. Yeah, Sitmore, yeah. No, I need to look at that. I'll look at the Snow Trooper Cody in the comic. I don't. Whoops. I don't know whether they would make it fade to go into the next movie, because unless they completely know what they're doing. But if you just break down to 10 figures for Empire Strikes Back, but then, I could say about another 10 or 15 more. And I need to tell my Alexa to shut up. Alexa, shut up. Otherwise, it's going to because I've got Star Wars music playing in the background. But yeah, I don't think they will fade. I don't think they will ever fade to each other. Yeah, if it's to the left, it's probably is just Darth Vader's thing. I haven't got the box to look at because this was the 40th anniversary edition. There's another Vader dropped. But hey, Papa, you all right, mate? Yeah, I always that's how I always tell her to shut up. I never say a stop or quiet down. I'm not too sure. I never really liked the clone trooper snow look. It always looked a bit weird, I thought, in my general opinion. But I'm slowly in the progress. I won't tell you how many times I've done this, but I've actually upgraded the Camino figure. So I've actually gone through and done a bit of painting on his face. I'm doing a fixie upper of him, so a bit similar to the Mando one. So just sort of doing a little thing of that one. This is the first time I painted the face, and it's not going too well, I must admit, but we'll get there. Yeah, the Rogue One crew definitely need doing. I don't know why they released a whole Rebels pack, and then they haven't done anything since. So it would be nice actually that they bring out a Rogue One pack with Bodhi on the end, because we need Bodhi. Like, out of all those figures, we need Bodhi, and we need a deluxe figure of that massive, big, furry, white thing as well. That massive gun. And they should do like a free pack of Warwick Davies from like all his different characters that he's played, like Wicket, that other little thing in the sequels, and the little guy that he played in Rogue One. I have to look at that. What is he like in that one? Fives and his fives. Incubator chip arc. It's just a face clone, isn't it? I'd love a custom. Is it 99? Not the little one from that episode. Well, I've got so many I want to do. I want to do a Phase 1 Fox as well. And a Doom. Definitely, really want a Doom as well. Yeah. And Tup is another one that I need to do. What we're looking at fives. Isn't he just in his black? Oh no. Oh, it's just his head, isn't it? And he's just in normal clone. It was just lucky on that ship that they had that surgery thing to take out. Kind of reminds me of what was the Alien movie? But prior Aliens. And she goes in it and she thinks she's pregnant and it's got the embryo and all that in it. Oh, I can't remember that film now. Prometheus. But yeah. Well, I definitely want to get all the 5.0 first boy in the first phase. So yeah, still got hard case, still got Tup, Hicks. I can't remember what else. The only thing is, I would love to do them all at the same time, but I just know you guys wouldn't want sort of like, oh, it's another 5.0 first guy, you know. So I'm trying to spice it up. By 1 week, it's 5.0 first. Obviously, the other day I did Bomb Squad. I still need to weather him up. He's still not completed yet. You know, so I try and sort of like get another one, throw it in the mix, and then later down the line do another one. Because I was nearly going to do about 4 or 5 Senate Guard types in a row, but in the end, I just thought, nah, it'd be a bit too much. Yeah, yeah, because obviously when in the ship, it was just all droids, wasn't it? But obviously in in Clone Wars, it was all beautiful brothers. who are slowly dying, getting pushed and shoved around. It's very sad times to sort of see clones coming to an end, and I think it makes Boba a little bit kind of a bit more special, doesn't it? Because he's kind of like, you know, still our brother's still alive. It's just hard looking at Boba and the clones having Morrison's voice rather than, like the Clone Wars voice. Yeah, well, in my opinion, yeah, Fox killing Fives was a bit uncalled for. But I think he always had more special orders as a clone. As Rex is loyal to Skywalker, Fox is loyal to Palpatine. Palpatine would probably have him more run different errands to all the others, and he probably knew that he had to take down Fives no matter what. So to be loyal to Palpatine. So yeah, it was carrying out orders. And personally, I think Fox armor's pretty cool as well. So that's another little sort of tick in my book, to be honest. But for killing Fives, yeah. But obviously, it had to be done. Otherwise, it would just ruin everything for Revenge of the Sith if all the clones kind of knew about the chip. Oh, did you? Oh, so take a look at that, mate. Yeah. I mean, I know they sort of take the trim off for Clone Wars. I know they do that for the clones. I don't know why they do that, but I think the Stormtrooper is so iconic that it needs that trim. I think if you took that trim away on the Stormtrooper, it'd be like taking off someone's eyebrows. They look a little bit odd and a little bit weird, wouldn't they? But yeah. So as the year's coming to an end and everything's going, what's people's main favourite release that's been out this year for Black Series? I think to be honest, personally for me, it's this guy here because yeah, good shout out. More, that's a really good one as well. Wow, that's actually threw something in the mix. No, I still think Stormtrooper for me. It just looks amazing. When it first came out and they said, "Oh, we changed the thing," and I thought, but honestly, I'm not too sure. I'm still not too sure on the clone body. I'm very. It's still not right. I don't think. I think he looks a bit too slender. It doesn't give off that really cool look. But I suppose it's a bit hard because all the clones were CGI'd. But the Stormtrooper with the armor and everything on there, it just actually looks like a miniature kind of model. Just looks great. It just hangs off him. Just looks perfect. The only thing I would say is that they've not done the buttons very well down the bottom. It's like got a bit of blend over. That actually should be sort of like a slight grey and a blue button, but they're just all black. But apart from that, yeah, he's looks great. And obviously, we've still got that Stormtrooper, Clone Trooper head underneath there. But whether or not I take it off to do what I'm doing with the clone, I'm not 100% sure, to be honest. I would love the Incinerator Trooper, but I'm still waiting for the other waves to come out over here. I think everyone sort of moaned like Australia and stuff like that, saying like, "Oh, they're really behind." But what I've seen you guys been getting and all that out there, like over here, it's just everything's really slow, really, really slow. But I can't wait to get the Incinerator Trooper, and then I'll go back over this guy and kind of weather him up very similar to the Incinerator Trooper, you know. Yeah, so then I would have these two because this mold of this body, it's just fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Oh, the Clone Lieutenant. Yeah, I found it really hard to go and get him, and I decided not to actually buy the Clone Lieutenant. Um, the only thing that really bugged me about him was the colour. It was just the wrong blue, and I'm actually going to sort of like buy probably 4 bootleg clones and actually make. Yeah, it is an easy custom. I'm just going to buy 4 green, red, blue, and plain. It's not another colour, is there? And green, yellow, blue, red. So 5 bootleg clones, and I'm just going to go through and actually create and paint every single figure that's reminiscent of Attack of the Clones. I just felt £20 for that, and it was the wrong blue. It was just wrong for me. So even though like the sculpt and all that, and I would love an actual Phase 1 official figure because they're all bootlegs. Yeah, it was a bit hard to miss by, but yeah, couldn't go for it. Yeah, but I'm kind of looking forward to the Phase 1 clone. Like we've got the new kind of sculpt coming out with the new body. Um, I was kind of thinking of making that into a custom, but I can't remember what I was going to do with it now. But because I kind of wanted, if I was going to have all the others as Phase 1, I kind of wanted them all to match. I don't want a Phase 1 guy in this new outfit, different sort of armor looking. I didn't want that. I'm a bit OCD when it comes to that. So I was thinking I might custom into one with a removable head, and maybe I might do a 5s. You know, depending what head's on the inside. If it's one with hair, I might do a 5s like this guy, and make him a little badge or something that he could have on his side. You know. Yeah, I would say you probably think it's not fair. Yeah, I think it's quite hard to, as probably a designer and looking at to make these sort of thing. I mean, they did sort of like go away from the realist, you know, like the animated thing when they did Captain Rex and everything like that, which is definitely the right way. When they released this guy, um, yeah, I don't know. I can't work it out if it is animated or not, but I don't think it's too much animated, but I think it's just the elongated of the figure. You know, he doesn't look stocky. He looks very thin compared to the rest of everything that we've had out there. Um, and I think that's what looks like animated. I mean, obviously his belt's not animated. This is not animated. There's nothing really about his armor that is classed as animated. And I think really what makes him look animated is his helmet without that brow and everything like that. So, because if you do look at the blind and all that, it does look really good. But when you actually compare it to official helmets and stuff like that, it's not how the armor sits. It all the chest armor and all that sits too low down. So Yeah, if you actually compare it to an animated clone, looks nothing like it. Like the armor, the bells on the shoulder, it's all completely different. Yeah, it would be nice to have a sort of like a thing of fives. Yeah, back in the old days, yeah. But I mean, I always used to collect 3.75. I never collected anything really 6 inch. Um, Maybe sort of late 90s, I used to collect the old animated Spider-Man stuff and bits and bobs. But for me, Star Wars always was 3.75. The Power of the Force, the Clone Wars was a big thing for me. But I don't know, there's something about having the 6 inch on the shelf. It kind of looks like models, but not. You can sort of pose them in a way, and they look good. I always found that 3.75, even though that, as good as they do get, sometimes, well, admittedly, that they're literally ballsed up the Mandalorian's face in the next one. And if you watch all my old videos, that's why I never collected Black Series before, because if you look at episode 3, Obi-Wan Kenobi, he looks like a figure, it looks like a toy. He actually looks like a bootleg. But with this new face tech and stuff like that, like you look at episode 3, sort of clone Kenobi and stuff like that. That's why I started collecting these, because I was like, damn, these actually starting to look really nice. And obviously, my first ever Black Series was Captain Rex, and he looks great. Yeah, the box art did have a brown. So it's kind of weird where you think they might get their in concept art from, I guess, because I can't imagine they go like, oh, can you do a art for the Camino clone trooper on the side? Without the artist looking at the figure. I can't imagine that they just like type in Google and then get a figure up there and go, yeah, I'm gonna just do his pattern and stuff and all that on there. So yeah. But there was quite a few things wrong with this figure as well. Weren't just obviously like an unpainted head underneath. I think actually this part on the back here is supposed to be white as well, the thermal detonator. And his leg markings were wrong. So this is a bit of a sneak peek into the next Fixie Up. These used to go right around to the back here, but I had to take them off and do the line down because it's actually the shock trooper armor kind of markings that this guy has, not those kind of markings on there. So they're actually ballsed up his leg and not just the brow, to be honest. Yeah. It's weird now. If I pick up a 3.75, I still got a few sort of older clone troopers and stuff like that. Not the Clone Wars ones, just generally old one with the big ball underneath the helm, like the helmet, and then they got a big ball joint underneath it. It just feels really, as the proportions doesn't look right. Just they look a bit too bulky. Arms look a bit too short, and I don't know whether it's because I'm used to holding one of these figures now compared to like a 3.75 figure. And also, we've got to talk about, because I only want to do an hour on here, so we've got another sort of 20 minutes to talk. But we have rumoured that's coming out maybe next year, could be in the next phase, as we only know that Dark Ray is in that one, is Ara Singh and Azaj Ventress. And then absolutely my favourite bounty hunter. I actually, when I used to play Star Wars Galaxies, which was a online multiplayer back in sort of early 2000s, my character was actually based on this bounty hunter because I just thought she looked brilliant, and I can't wait to see what Black Series do with this one, and obviously as Sarge Ventress as well, and I'm kind of hoping that they go for like the sort of 2005 was it 2003 Clone Wars one where she got the black sort of like skirt and the black kind of sort of like neck part and the grey top part, and she's very white. I don't really like the Clone Wars version of Asajj Ventress where she's a bit more purpley, a bit blue. It's a bit too bold for me in those sort of colours. But I'd still be happy with any kind of Asajj Ventress that I do get. But that is the one that I would heartily prefer, to be honest. Yeah, I love Asajj Ventress. I think she's great. She's another character really that's established from the Clone Wars. Yeah, she was appeared in comics and stuff a bit beforehand, which is quite nice that they made her appear in Clone Wars. But yeah, her story arc as well. You know, like she's been Padawan. You know, everything got wiped out. She become vengeance and dark, kind of used by Count Dooku. Tried to murder Count Dooku. Do you know what I mean? And then just come back, and now she was a bounty hunter last time we saw her. So I think it was. I remember reading or watching a YouTube video or something or other about where she ended up, but I don't know whether that was before Disney purchase or anything. But yeah, you've got another great sort of character story arc, and what they've done with Aurra Singh as well. You know, from the first appearance, just watching the pod race go past to making her like a Boba Fett mentor, you know, that's great. And make it a deluxe figure and put a young Boba Fett in there with his little tiny armor and stuff like that, you know. Just, you know, let's just hope we get some more. And is it Bo Katan as well? Katan with his hat and stuff. Like, yeah, I'm up for loads. I'm up for millions of anything from Clone Wars, really. Yeah, I can't wait for the Lego Star Wars game, to be honest. It's been put back to next year, isn't it? So, yeah. Or even that Spider Darth Maul. Do you know what I mean? Like, we could even do a deluxe version of that. Or do all the spider legs and stuff. You can imagine some of the Instagram posts and stuff on that of all the people's technology of doing the pictures. It'll look great. Yeah, I think. Well, this year, I think what burnt a lot of people was the re-releases of the 40th anniversary, because obviously it had a few new figures in it, and for me, it was quite a nice chance because obviously I only started collecting last year, so it was a nice chance to start get the Snow Trooper, get the TIE Fighter pilot. Obviously, if I had them before, I'd have saved 40 quid there. So for me, we're seeing these other ones, you know, like, so I got a bit of sugar in me. Like Bespin Luke. I can't remember what else come out. Snow Speeder Luke, that was a new one, wasn't it? Obviously Han. Bespin Lear for me. No, Hoth Lear and all that. I didn't have any of those. So it was an opportunity for me to buy them all. But obviously if I had them before, you know, I've been saving money this year, but next year I don't think it's going to be as bad. I don't buy Carbonize. I don't buy holiday specials. If there's a deluxe version or a normal version, I normally would buy the normal version, unless, like Cad Bane, you know, it come with something else that I really wanted. So, yeah. Yeah, it's a great time to be a Black Series collector. It's, you know, and especially with these re-release, and hopefully just next year, instead of getting like a wave, or is it three or four waves of Empire Strikes Back? You know, we probably might only get 2 waves of archive, which is great. But I would love a Luke and Han Stormtrooper disguise. And I'm kind of thinking, and even though these are hard to get at the moment, but I would love them to be in this armor. This head, we know this helmet is removable because it's glued. So just having a Han and Han and Luke, on these, it'll be absolutely great. Yeah, Savage Opress. I think a 2-pack. I don't know. I mean, I think Savage needs to be sort of a deluxe figure because he's a little bit bigger. It will come with the double lightsaber, and it also could come with that big vibro axe that he had as well, and maybe even like a removable rubbery armor. So we could have him sort of topless, and then we could put it over him. So you could pose him in 2 different ways. Um, I think Savage definitely needs to be a deluxe figure. Yeah, they need lots of updates on Lego figures, especially like Zam Weasel. Well, actually, I love a Black Series figure of that as well. To be honest, um, the Lego Star Wars Holiday Special was sort of strange. Is this what how can kids start playing them in minifigure toys and destroy the timeline? Yeah, but then I suppose that's what we do, isn't it, with Lego and other toys when I was younger. You used to make up different things and cross over different lines. My GI Joe always used to play with my 3.75 Star Wars figures back in the day. And many of my, I think Flint always used to be a Jedi from thingies. Yeah, that's it. I mean, that's what most of those Lego things are, isn't it? It's just a bit of a film. Some are a bit jarring, and some are right. So it's just a holiday special. Just a nice nod to watch something a bit Star Warsy and not take it too serious. And I do quite enjoy those Forces of Destiny's little thing, even though they are kind of canon. And I actually just finished as well Resistance on Disney Plus, and I actually enjoyed it. It is a cartoon. You got to take it as it is. It is a cartoon, but I would love a Kaz figure, and a few of the other figures as well. I would like as a Black Series as well. I did actually enjoy the characters in that. Yeah, it would be nice to see that they might actually change a few things in the Lego game that actually come to minifigures form, because they do, like all the Marvel games. There was hundreds of characters that they never released. That's why I went into bootlegs, because that's where they actually produce those characters that are in that game. That Lego would never do, like the Punisher, etc. Um, so that's kind of why I went to bootlegs on those sort of things. So I've got loads of Punishers. Got Punishers from the movie, from the Netflix. I've got Daredevil from the Netflix series and all that. So some of the bootleg figures out there, pretty cool. Yeah, yeah, because they changed Anakin's hair, didn't they? And they changed Han Solo's hair as well in Lego. But I haven't actually really bought any Lego for a little while. Like, I'd buy the odd sets here and there, but my pennies mainly go to these boys in the back. uh, it'd be a bit hard on camera, but I suppose I could do a video. It's a bit hard because I've got so many that it'd just be crazy to put them all onto one video. I did do a few videos back in the day when I first started on YouTube. Back then, there was only getting like 40 views, so I was kind of hitting 60 on normals, and 40 was a bit low for me. So I kind of stuck with Black Series. So yeah, I mean, I'll go and I'll grab my box and just show. So mainly my my figures, my Star Wars figures are actually over that side because I do use them for Instagram. So I do. If you're not on Instagram, or if you don't follow me on there, the description is down below. But I just sometimes do a scene in Black Series, and then I do a scene in Lego. It's exactly the same scene. I just compare it. It's just like a little thing that I do. But I've just got a massive tub down here. It's probably about a 10-litre tub, and it's just full of just minifigs. So I think that's DC. Then I've sort of separated them because Marvel is my favourite, bar from Star Wars. So I've got like minifigures from Iron Man, Spider-Man, and I've even got in here actually, which I just showed these on here before I go, but it's just the special edition Star Wars one. So I've got C-3PO, Father Christmas, which I would prefer these as the Star Wars Troopers and what we got for the holiday specials. Limited edition R2-D2 carrots. Is it an R6? I think. Kind of as a Christmas tree. Oh, nice. Darth Maul, Father Christmas. Darth Vader, Father Christmas. And then it goes a bit cheaply. It's just a BB-8 with a Santa hat. And all these are from the advent calendars that I got a little bit way back when. So every year we used to get one. Snowy Chewbacca, which would be quite a cool Black Series custom. While I didn't do that, that would have been great. Another R2-D2, which is reminiscent of the 1970s Christmas card. That goes with the C-3PO with his little reindeer antlers. And then I have a Jango Fett Santa with his Mando costume. But apart from that, this is all my minifigures wrapped up in a nice big tub. So it's literally full to the brim. Yeah, so I've got a few too many. So I really enjoyed collecting the minifigures back in the day, and I enjoyed it because everything kind of when you collect Black Series and you want to collect sort of legends, they don't sit well together. But when it's like Lego, they kind of sit well together. So just having like a set of Star Wars alongside Spider-Man and stuff like that, it kind of just works being all Lego because they're all the same size, all the same height, all interact with each other. It's brilliant. And then obviously they do the bootlegs as well. And just I don't know if anyone's actually started or collected bootlegs and all that before, but this is like Power Girl bootleg. Like they don't do these in the actual official Lego things, but the printing on there, they just look as good and just look great. But they also do other things like He-Man, Freddy Krueger, and just loads of other things. I was never very keen on the group that we got from Guardians of the Galaxy, so I have a bootleg kind of like Big Fig group, which was a knockoff, which I think sits better with the actual figures. rather than that massive builder figure one. So yeah, I just got loads. Maybe I'll do a video now and again. If I haven't got much to show, I'll do a little video of a bag of figures at a time, maybe. If you guys want it. Move that over to that side. All right. I think that kind of brings me to a close. Anyone else would like to say anything before we go? Anyone want to ask me any questions about painting or anything? Yeah, I think there'd be quite a few years to come for those minifigures. Painting plabs. Cheers, Mo. I'm definitely learning. I've been watching a few. To be honest, the only way I learn is watching on YouTube. I'm just watching people and watching their skills, and that's how I learn. I just adapt it. So, as we all know, I'm not patient at all. So that's why I don't use duct tape. So that's why I painted this guy the other day, freehand, the bomb squad guy. But I'm currently watching a couple of people, and I will list them in the video when the Camino Trooper comes out, because I'm just getting tips and stuff by watching people online for like flesh color and painting eyes and stuff. So I will sort of like put the videos in there as well, which what helped me do that. So that's kind of it, really. Cheers, more. Painting wise, I'm just waiting for a few more clones, and I will painting up these 3D prints and all that I've got from Clone Base Custom. So it's everything's still going, really, like same as usual. Subs are going well and everything like that. So a massive thank you to everyone that's joined and contributed to the chat. Thank you a lot. So I'll leave it there, and I'll see you next time. So if you want to follow me on Instagram, the description's down below. If you'd like to subscribe, you can. And please give a big thumbs up as well. It's always welcome to the channel. So until next time, take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye.